You know who I am?
Anything you say. Anything you say.
It's official.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now, this past week I've seen a couple things that are kind of disturbing. The first situation is the whole Karmelo Anthony crap. I gave you my thoughts on how I felt about that. I think he should have gotten 99 years or life or death, either one. He's a straight up murderer, and if the situation was different, the black community would be fucking up in arms demanding the same thing. I think he got a really light sentence. Now, with that being said, let's get some facts straight about these inner city black folk who are racist as fuck and want to kill people regardless, and they don't even take into account that they're literally killing their own all the time. But number one, ain't none of you motherfuckers been slaves. So shut the fuck up about it. Get over it. Those were your ancestors. So let's look at the number one fact. Blacks were sold into slavery by blacks. Your own kind sold your asses. Ain't white folks didn't go up in Africa and grab a bunch of you and made you slaves, you dumb fucks. It was blacks, Africans, who grabbed other Africans and sold them to slave traders, who, by the way, was black. The slave traders were black. They weren't white. Then the slave traders at some point in time sold black people to Europeans. And then they brought them to America and sold them in America. Guess who were the first to buy the black slaves? Black men. That's right. Free black men were in America. And they bought black slaves. Guess who abolished slavery? That's right. It was white men. White people abolished slavery. They're the ones who freed your asses in the Civil War. Y'all should be thanking and kissing their ass. Fucking dumbass retards. Anyways, I digress. That was some facts. If you don't believe me, you can look it up. It's all out there for you to see. You done burnt your racist card. Ain't nobody racist but you. And understand, I'm not saying all blacks are like this. It's the inner city blacks. Rural blacks don't act like that. I lived in southwest Missouri. I'm telling you right now, country folk, country blacks, they don't act like that at all. It's just the inner city. Y'all just want to hate, and blame white men for your oppression. You black people oppress themselves. It's not white people. There is no white supremacists. It's black supremacists who are fucking oppressing you. Wake the fuck up. Get an education. Educate yourself. Okay. I'm done. I'm done talking about that stupid shit. So dumb. But if you're one of these racist motherfuckers, stay the fuck away from me. Seriously. If there was such a thing really as demons, these people are demons. They are straight up evil. Okay, it's okay for a black person to kill anybody, but you can't touch a black person. Get the fuck out of here, you racist piece of shit. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, moving on. The next thing is, oh my gosh, for the past 2 or 3 days, my X feed has been blowing up with all this fucking paid shrill woke garbage He-Man crap. All these paid shrills. I'm telling you, these people do not care about fucking He-Man. They don't. I guarantee you a vast majority of them have not even seen the fucking movie. They're paid propaganda shrills to try to promote this fucking woke ass garbage movie because they keep saying, oh, it's not woke, there's nothing woke in it. No. I've already done a video, a review of the movie, and explain all the woke nonsense in the movie. Go watch it if you want to see all the woke pointed out. I'm just going to give you a real quick example. Idris Elba, or whatever the hell you pronounce his name, the black actor, he's a good actor, but he's a woke piece of shit. As a real person, he sucks. If there was nothing woke in it, why the fuck did they change the most iconic character, one of the most iconic characters in the He-Man universe, which is Man-at-Arms? They replaced him with a black man, and he's not black. He's white with red hair. So is Teela. Teela's supposed to be white with red hair. Anyways, don't tell me there's no woke garbage in it when it's obviously in the movie. You dumb fucks. It's right in your face. Trying to tell people, oh, there's no woke shit in it. Bullshit. And there's a few YouTubers that I like that are like, oh, I like this movie, blah, 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 blah. And they even admit there's woke garbage in it, but they still like the movie. And I'm like, fuck off. But yeah, I'm tired of seeing these motherfuckers on my feed. And the only reason they start showing up on my feed is because I did that video talking about a review of He-Man, the new He-Man movie. Travis Knight is a piece of woke piece of shit. He's the one who did that fucking retarded ass Bumblebee movie. Again, he didn't stick to the lore. He changed the story. He did the same thing. That is not He-Man. They changed the entire story. That's not He-Man. I'm just tired of seeing these dumbass motherfuckers. Nobody liked that movie. That's why it bombed. To try to cope and say, oh no, it's a really good movie, go see it. No, don't. It sucks. Alright. Enough of that shit. I'm just done with that crap. Oh my gosh, it's just ridiculous how many are on my feed trying to promote that garbage movie. Okay, let's move on to what I really want to talk to you about this week. So as I've said before, even if you don't watch the channel regularly, you've only seen a couple videos or you don't watch it at all, it only takes 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button. It doesn't affect you or your channel whatsoever. It just helps this channel grow. So please subscribe. Also, I have another channel. It's called Easy Does It. The link is in the About section. Check it out if you like gaming vlogs and reviews and reactions to other YouTube channels. Okay. Again, subscribe. So, just to let you know, I did watch that movie called The Furious because a bunch of YouTubers were claiming it was a really good action flick. I'll give you a review on it next week. But this week, we're going to do some more Twilight Zone episodes, which I promised. It's going to take a while to get through all the Twilight Zone shit. There is a lot of them. But we're on 5 through 8 of the Twilight Zone. The 5th one was called Walking Distance. Now this guy, in this episode, he somehow goes back in time and ends up in his hometown, which he hadn't seen in years. He's been like a workaholic. And he ends up going back in time when he goes into his town. And he even sees himself as a kid. It's a bit strange. He ends up talking to his dad towards the end of the episode. And his dad says, you know, chill out. Don't take everything so seriously, blah, blah, blah. You know, gives him a heartfelt thing, telling him that he needs to go back. So he does. And that's the end of the episode. It was alright. It wasn't bad. It seems like a lot of people like this episode from what I've seen on reviews online or whatever. I didn't think it was that good, but it was alright. It wasn't bad. The next episode, number 6, was called The Escape Clause. Now basically it's just your typical, you know, guy makes pact or deal with the devil to get some. In this one it's immortality. He wants immortality. But the devil gives him an escape. You know, if he doesn't want to keep living or be immortal, he can call on him and he'll end his life and take his soul. He's like, okay. Well, the guy does a bunch of crap. He starts getting bored with immortality. I mean, really fast, too. I was like, what the hell, man? It hasn't been very long. He ends up killing his wife, goes to prison, and then he realizes that they gave him a life sentence, and he's all like, shit, I'm going to be in here forever. I don't want to do this. So he calls up the devil, and the devil ends it. End the story. Alright. Number 7 was called The Lonely. Now, for whatever reason, we're on a planet where they've stuck one prisoner out in the middle of nowhere on this planet. And this guy keeps visiting him, you know, because he feels sorry for him. They're supposed to routinely check on him every so often. Like, I think it's months or years maybe that they're supposed to check on him. Anyways, the captain of this ship, he brings him an android. a female android for a companion. And the guy at first, he didn't want it. He's like, I don't need no damn android. I need real people. But they leave, and he's left there for a while with this android. Well, he becomes attached to the android, almost like, like it's his wife or some shit. When the captain comes back, the guy don't want to give up the android. He claims she's real now and blah blah blah. But then the captain just straight up fucking blows the head off of the android. Says no, she's not real. And he's all like, damn, you're right. Shit. So he goes with them. He leaves the planet because he got a pardon or some shit, and he's a free man now. So that's why he went to go pick him up. The captain went to go pick him up. It was just fucking hilarious. The captain's just like, boom! That bitch ain't real. Yeah. It's hilarious. But anyways, that's the end of that episode. And then number 8 was Time Enough at Last. Now, you just have this nerd who wants to read all the time. He's got a fucking bitch of a fucking wife who just constantly nags at him for reading. Leave the guy the fuck alone. He just wants to read some fucking books. She was even getting on to him for reading a magazine or a newspaper. So what the fuck, man? What a bitch. Anyways, at work, he works at a bank. He sneaks down into the vault and shuts himself in the vault so he can read in privacy. Nobody bothering him. Because it seems like everybody wants to bother him when he's reading. But anyway, he feels like this huge earthquake. He's like, what the hell? So he goes outside, and it's basically everything's been bombed, like nuclear bomb. But apparently there's no fallout radiation because he's just walking around, nothing's happening to him. But yeah, everything's blown up, torn to shit. It looked like Fallout. The game Fallout, everything's blown to shit. And eventually runs across a library. And don't ask me how, because I don't get it. Like, the roof's gone, everything's gone. But yet you have all these books in perfect condition just scattered all over the place. So he just starts sitting down and reading. And then he realizes there's no one around him and he's all alone. And he don't know what to do. He just kind of falls apart. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. It's kind of weird, kind of strange. But whatever. But that's 5 through 8, and we'll do some more later on. I thought they were all decent. All the episodes, they were decent. I give them 2 thumbs up. They were all pretty good, except for the making with the deal with the devil. I've seen that like 100 times. And so is everybody else. But the rest of them were all pretty decent. Just a little weird in a couple of spots, but check them out if you want. Let's get on to your B-movie reviews. Okay, movie holics, this week is Action Week. seen these in a good minute. I figured I'd just watch a couple of martial arts movies, Jackie Chan movies that I knew was, there were only two of them. The first one is called Shanghai Noon. It was done in 2000, and it made about 100 million at the box office. He co-starred with Owen Wilson, and Lucy Liu was the female lead in it. Now, Lucy Liu isn't, you know, she never was like a supermodel, but I still think she was a pretty decent looking gal. But anyways, in this movie, she plays a princess who wants to escape to America because she feels she can't do the things she wants to do in China. Jackie Chan sees her leave, but he doesn't do anything because he's a royal guard, so he has to obey the royals. Well, she gets tricked, and she's sent to one of their enemies who was deemed a traitor or something like that, and he couldn't, was it forbidden to go back to the Forbidden City in China. He was banned from it. He too was a really high-ranking royal guard who fought alongside Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan, or you know, the character John Woo is the name of the character Jackie Chan's in, or John Wayne, not John Woo, John Wayne. Jackie meets Owen after Owen's failed attempt at a train hijacking. They bring in a new guy to his gang, and he pretty much took over the gang and tried to kill both Owen and Jackie. He kills Jackie's uncle in America during a train heist. Now, Jackie, along with 3 other royal guards, are sent to America by the Emperor to find Princess Pepe, which is Lucy Liu, and bring her back to America. Or China, sorry. With them is a chest full of gold, and golden trinkets and shit from China, for ransom, because she's being held for ransom. Well, the bad guy, he has a Chinese slave camp where he's making them work for him. She ends up there and trying to help the people that's being held as slaves. Jackie and Owen, they start off on a bad start, even though Jackie eventually finds out that Owen didn't kill his uncle. He really don't care for him at first. But then they start getting along, and Owen hears about the gold, so Owen's all like, I'll help you, you know, blah, 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 you know, because he wants that gold. Well, they end up getting a wrestle-tussle with a couple of other dudes, crazy lawmen and shit, along the way. Jackie ends up protecting, and he sees an Indian boy and protects him by fighting off another tribe of Indians, or Native Americans, sorry. And he ends up getting married to one of the Native American chief's daughter, which was a good looking gal, by the way. I don't see why he was bitching and whining. But no, he wants Princess Pepe, so he doesn't really care for her, even though she's like constantly saving him and Owen's ass throughout the movie. But anyways, um, they eventually take out the bad guys. They recover the gold. They recover Princess Pepe, but she don't want to leave. She wants to stay in America. So he kind of has a little squabble with the royal guards, but they eventually allow it to happen. She wants to help the Chinese people that are being held as slaves. So that's why she stays. And they kind of have this off-on relationship. I thought this movie was, I forgot how funny this movie was. There were some really funny parts in this movie. It was funny. It was a good movie. I liked it. I don't know why some people didn't like this one. I don't know why. Compared to its sequel, I thought it was better than the sequel. But anyways, good movies, or a good movie, I highly recommend it. 2 thumbs up. Jackie Chan movies usually pretty much are. Not always, but for the most part, they usually are. Okay, moving on to the sequel, which is called Shanghai Nights. And it was done in 2003 and made about $88 million. Not as much as the first one, but. And replacing Lucy Liu as the main lead is Fan Wong. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Nope. It's Chinese. But, oh my gosh, this woman is gorgeous. But anyway, she's playing Jackie Chan's little sister in this movie. Donnie Yen is also in this movie. He's one of the bad guys. He wants to become Emperor of China. There's a British royal who's one of the best swordsmen I've ever seen. I mean, the way they make it, he was just badass with them swords. But he is 10th in line to the royal throne. Now, Yin, his character, has made a deal with the Duke, or a Baron or Duke, I don't know what he is. But anyways, the Royal Lord, he's made a deal with him that if he was to go to China, kill the guy who, the keeper of the seal, there's this giant diamond that's like the Emperor's royal seal. He's supposed to go there, kill him, and then bring him the royal seal, which will elevate Yin's character to emperor status, I guess. And then Yin is supposed to kill 9 of the royals. Yeah, it's kind of a raw deal. He's supposed to kill 9 of the royals, so this English lord can become the next king of England. So, they eventually find all this out. Jackie's father, John Wayne again, Jackie's father is actually the keeper of the seal. And he gets killed right off the bat. His little sister chases the killer, the Lord, English Lord, back to England, and then sends Jackie a letter telling him what's going on. Jackie is the sheriff now of the town that they rescued in the first film. Owen went to he went to, I can't remember what city it is, Carson City, I think. He went there and he was supposed to like invest their money and make them rich, but apparently every time Owen's character does this, his character is called Royal Bannon or Banner or some shit like that. Every time he does this, he fucks it up. Well, Jackie needs the money to go to England to help his sister. So he goes to Roy, and Roy, Owen Wilson, come to find out he's just a waiter and gigolo at this fucking high-end restaurant or and motel. And Jackie's all like, what the fuck did you do with my money? He's like, I got it someplace safe, I swear. Well, he doesn't have the money. Instead, he says, I'll go to England with you and help you, because that's what friends are for. And Jackie's like, yeah, whatever. Anyways, they go to England. They uncover the whole plot, the killing plot, blah, blah, blah. Owen meets his sister and falls in love with her, which I don't blame him. But anyways, the three of them together, they destroy the plot of what's going on. They stop the bad guys. And they even bring in a detective, which is called Arthur Conan Doyle, which is the guy who wrote the Sherlock Holmes books. So they end up bringing him in on it too. And they are all for, stop the plot and stop the bad guys, blah, blah, blah. It's a really good movie, and there's some funny parts in it. There's a lot of references to, historical figures like the Arthur Conan Doyle. But they also meet a little kid who claims he's Charlie Chaplin, and he's going to America with him at the very end. He sneaks aboard. But anyways, it's a really good movie. I don't know why they didn't do a third one. These are good. They're funny. They're action-packed. I just don't understand what the hell happened. Rush Hour got 3, and I didn't think they were nearly as good as these two. But anyways, highly recommend. 2 thumbs up. But I thought this one was actually better than I thought the first one was actually better than this one, even though I really like this one too. This is a good sequel. This is how you do movies, fucking Hollyweird. What the fuck is wrong with you fucks? Stop trying to push the fucking message and all your bullshit. Ugh. That He-Man, man, it pissed me off because I wanted it to be good. But no, as soon as I saw that trailer, I was like, oh, this movie's gonna suck. It's gonna have woke shit in it. It's done by woke piece of shit Travis Knight. Sure enough, the only good thing in that movie was the backgrounds, the visuals, and the battle fight scenes. That was it. The rest of it sucked. But anyways, it was woke garbage. Pissed me off. Because I love He-Man. And it just made me angrier and shit. But anyways, moving on. If you have any thoughts about what I talked about earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you can think of any underrated or B-rated movies you think I've never even heard of or seen, please leave your suggestions down in the comments section down below, and I'll get to reviewing them as soon as I can. That's my jam. I like A-list movies, but I really like B-rated movies. I like watching them and reviewing them. So anyways, that's all I have for you this week. I told you you'd be told the truth, and you've just been told.